Hello and welcome back to the Azure DevOps course. In the following lessons, we'll make a lab to deploy our .NET Core front-end app on an AKS cluster. So we'll create an Azure Kubernetes cluster, AKS cluster on Azure, and we will use Helm chart to deploy to this cluster. I have written a Helm chart and pushed it to the repo, and I will explain it with you. So first, let's go and create the AKS cluster. I will go to the Azure portal and type Kubernetes services, create Kubernetes cluster. Now it asks me for subscription. I will choose the resource group to be the same resource group of the container registry. I will use a dev test configuration because we are making a testing cluster. I will give the cluster the name Azure DevOps AKS cluster. Okay, I will leave the everything as it is and next. For the node pools, I will add node pool and give it a name Azure DevOps pool. Choose the mode to be system. For the availability zones, we don't need availability zones. For the node size, I will choose it to be D2LS version 5 with a 4 GB RAM and 2 virtual CPUs. And the minimum node count, I will go with 2 nodes and the maximum 3. Okay, add. Now click on integration. We will choose the container registry, so it will be linked with it. Next. Click on review plus create. Then click create. So after 5 minutes, the AKS cluster deployment is complete. We can click on go to resource. Now our AKS cluster is running. You can go here and show the workloads. This is all the system deployments. All are running and ready. Okay, there is something missing. We need to have an ingress controller inside the cluster, so we can expose our services and access it externally when we create an ingress rule. So there is a built-in add-on for the ingress controller in AKS cluster. To install it, we can go here on services and ingresses, click on ingresses, and click create ingress, acting like we are creating an ingress. It will ask you to enable the add-on required to create ingress controller. Click on enable and wait for 4 or 5 minutes until the application routing add-on and secret store CSI driver add-on is enabled. And now after 4 minutes, the ingress controller is installed. It successfully enabled the application routing add-on and the secret store CSI driver add-on. So also we can check that if we go to the workloads, deployments, and scroll down. Here is the Nginx app routing system ingress controller. Okay, so now we have successfully created the AKS cluster and enabled the ingress controller. So let's go to the Helm chart and explain it. If we click on the repos, I have created a Helm chart and pushed it on our repo in the folder Helm chart. This is our Helm chart. So it isn't the course scope to explain Kubernetes YAMLs or Helm charts, but I will give a brief explanation on this Helm chart I have written. I will explain how it's written and how to use it and why I'm using it. So if we click on templates, we here have our template YAML files. We have a deployment.yaml, ingress.yaml, and service.yaml. This deployment.yaml, it includes the replica accounts, the container specs, like the container name, the image name. So the Helm chart templates is templated. We can use variables or values. So here I'm using a value for the image repository. This value can change it using a file, using a parameter when making Helm upgrade command. So everything now is parameterized. We can change the parameters at any time to change this value. So that's why the Helm chart is useful and it's used widely. Also, we can have if conditions, we can have loops. We can do a lot of things with the Helm chart templates. So it's helpful also in the ingress. Now the ingress host also is templated. This ingress host will have the DNS name that when we access it, it will redirect us to the service. And the port number of the service is templated also in the values file. So anything that's templated, we can change it anytime using a command or a values file. So this is the default values file. This is all the values that will be changed: the replica count, the image repository, the tag of the image, the service type, cluster IP, the port. The ingress can be enabled or disabled. If you come back to the ingress, there is a if condition to enable or disable the ingress. It can be disabled completely using this if condition. So that's why the Helm chart is very useful. You can disable, enable YAML files, you can do looping, you can use functions. There is a lot of things they can do with a Helm chart. So let's go to the things that's very important in this Helm chart specifically. I will go with the ingress class name. This class name is specifically for the ingress controller built in the AKS cluster. We have installed the AKS cluster built-in ingress controller. So we must use this class name, webapprouting.kubernetes.azure.com. We should use this class name, okay? And the port is 8080 for the .NET Core application. I will leave it hard-coded. I will not change it. The tag, I will leave it empty. This tag will be changed in every build. In every release and in every build, there will be a new tag. And it will be given using a command line parameter. So I leave it empty. About the ingress host, I put it here in the token pattern. This token pattern that we used in the app setting.json configuration file. So I want to make the values replacement to replace the token pattern here in the values file using the Azure DevOps variable group. So like we have made a replacement in the app setting.json file, we can make the replacement also here in the values file. So instead of changing using another values file, using command line parameter, the value here of the host will be changed using the replace token task and the Azure DevOps variable group. I made this for the ingress host and for the replica count. Both of them will be changed using the variable group and replace token task. So we must have a variable called replica count in the variable group and a variable called ingress host in the variable group. Okay. And also here the repository, I chose it with the name of our registry and the name of our repo, container repo. I made it hard coded, it will not be changed. So that's all with the Helm chart. In the next lesson, we'll make a build pipeline to copy this Helm chart with the artifact, and we will also make the release pipeline to deploy the .NET Core application to the AKS cluster. See you in the next lecture.